JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, police probing fatal shooting of man by JLP caretaker. A police probe has been launched into the shooting death of a man by Jamaica Labour Party caretaker councillor in St. Andrew on Monday night. According to reports, about 9 o'clock, the caretaker was at a traffic light on Hold Hope Road in the vicinity of Retreat Avenue when the man reportedly attempted to grab a pouch that was in his hand. The politician then reportedly pulled his licensed firearm and fired at the man, who ran and later collapsed. The unidentified man was pronounced dead at hospital. Police sources said that the deceased is a well-known cross-dresser who has been linked to several robberies and attacks in the area. A senior police officer with knowledge of the incident said, "In pushing made through the wrong window." Several reports of the deceased have come in. He was held before. He is part of a group that is known to the police. Some would probably say he's a leader of the pack. His street name is Gabriel. We expect to see and hear fewer reports of certain crimes, the lawman said. Security forces increased presence in West Kingston, 4 injured in gun attacks. The security forces are maintaining a presence in sections of Trenchtown and Denhamtown, following separate shootings last night, which resulted in the injuring of 4 people. Tuesday's shooting occurred on the heels of a triple killing, which included a woman on Saturday night in Denhamtown. It is reported that at about 9:40 last night, explosions were heard by residents in the Wellington Street area and the police were summoned. 3 persons were found suffering from gunshot wounds and are now being treated at hospital. The police say they were earlier called to 4th Street in Trenchtown, where a man was shot. That incident reportedly happened about 9 p.m. There has been an ongoing gang conflict in sections of Trenchtown, which has seen the killing of several people, including 2 women in July. Gunmen have reportedly since vowed to create havoc, marking even some women for death. Up to Saturday, September 19, the West Kingston Police Division recorded an increase of 20 more murders when compared to the corresponding period in 2019. Shootings are also up, with 70 such incidents up to the period of review compared with the 52 recorded in 2019. Cops probe 3 fatal shootings. The police are investigating the killing of 3 men in separate incidents yesterday. In the first incident, 60-year-old Zachariah Green was killed while finding passengers for a taxi on Chancery Street, Kingston 19. The police said that about 8 a.m., Green was approached by a lone man on foot who opened gunfire, hitting him multiple times in the upper body. He was pronounced dead at hospital. The gunman reportedly escaped on foot. In the second incident, 21-year-old Akeem Howard was shot and killed by unknown assailants in Canaan Heights, Mapen in Clarendon. According to the police, residents heard explosions about 10:18 a.m. and alerted the police. When they arrived, Howard's body was seen lying on the road with gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead, the police said. In the third incident, a taxi driver was shot dead in Arborview. Details of the incident are still sketchy, but reports are that the taxi was heading towards Bull Bay in St. Andrew when occupants of another vehicle opened fire on the cab, hitting the male driver. He was rushed to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Man charged with murder on Port Henderson Plaza. 25-year-old Gavin Gordon was yesterday charged with murder and illegal possession of a firearm in connection with the Sunday, August 9 killing of 27-year-old Ricardo Robinson in St. Catherine. The police said that about 11:15 a.m., Robinson was sitting on a stool at a business establishment on the Port Henderson Plaza in Portmore when a gunman approached and opened fire, hitting him several times in his upper body. He was assisted to the hospital by citizens, where he was pronounced dead. Gordon was later positively identified on an identification parade and charged. Mother and son arrested in relation to alleged rape of 14-year-old girl. Investigators from the Anova Police and Sissoko have arrested a 22-year-old man and his mother in relation to the alleged sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl. The woman will be questioned in relation to allegations that she assisted her son to procure drugs for an abortion after the teenager was impregnated. Her son is facing charges of 3 counts of rape and procuring drugs to procure an abortion. It's alleged that on several occasions, the man sexually assaulted the child at knife point and threatened to kill her. The teenager reportedly became pregnant twice and was allegedly given pills to terminate the pregnancies. The police report that on September 7, the child reported the incidents to her mother, who contacted the police. The child was medically examined, and this led to the arrest of the two individuals. 2 inmates at Tower Street facility test positive for COVID-19. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, Senator Matthew Samuda, says 2 inmates have tested positive for COVID-19 at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Facility. Samuda made the announcement via a video shared to the ministry's social media pages yesterday morning. "We have done our best to keep the virus out, and I think thus far the team should be commended, because the facts are for 6 months we had no positive cases in any of our facilities," Samuda said. Meanwhile, the minister reported that the inmates who were tested positive of the Horizon facility have now recovered. He said the individuals were held in isolation and treated medically. Since March, when COVID came to Jamaica under the Disaster Risk Management Order, we cannot restrict staff members going and coming, and they are as exposed as anyone else in the society, Samuda explained. "We had put in place a strategy to keep the virus out, and we had put in place plans should the virus enter our facilities. Horizon, I think, would be a good example of that containment strategy working, because we were able to isolate the persons who had been exposed. Contact tracing was done, and now there are no active cases in the facility," the minister said. St. Mary man charged for shooting motorcyclist. 36-year-old Glendon White, a laborer of Islington, St. Mary, was yesterday charged with wounding with intent, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition, following an incident on Pimento Hill Road in the parish on Sunday, September 6. Reports from the Islington police are that the complainant was driving his motorcycle along Pimento Hill Road when he was attacked by White, who brandished a handgun and fired a shot in his direction, hitting him in the leg. The complainant managed to escape and alerted the police. White was later apprehended. His court date is being finalized. 67-year-old gets life for killing spouse. A senior citizen who murdered one of his lovers and wounded another wept bitterly after being sentenced to life imprisonment in the St. Catherine Circuit Court last Friday. Ernest White, 67, of McCook's Pen, St. Catherine, was convicted of murdering Denise Bright and wounding his child's mother. It was a weeping White who appeared for sentencing before Justice Andrea Pettigrew Collins. White will be eligible to apply for parole after serving 20 years. He was also sentenced to 11 years hard labor for wounding with intent. Justice Pettigrew Collins told the father of 13 that she had taken into consideration his guilty plea and that he had not been convicted of a serious crime before the current offenses. He was advised that despite his past, it was manifestly clear that the crimes were premeditated. Facts are that about 2:30 p.m. on September 14, 2018, the accused went to McCook's Pen, St. Catherine, where he had a disagreement with his common-law wife. White used a machete to chop Bright more than 40 times, resulting in her death. He then covered the mutilated body with a sheet of zinc and left the house. White then proceeded to Homestead outside Spanish Town, where he attacked his child's mother, chopping her repeatedly. The second victim was rescued after White attacked the police and was shot and subdued. He was subsequently arrested and charged with murder and wounding with intent. White was represented by attorneys at law Denise Hinson and Donald Bryan. Grace Kennedy donates 210 tablets and laptops to schools. Grace Kennedy Limited, GK, through its Grace and Staff Community Development Foundation, donated 210 tablets and laptops valued at approximately $5.2 million to 10 schools and 6 of the company's homework centers in Kingston. The initiative, which is dubbed Tools for Schools, is aimed at equipping Jamaican teachers and students with computer technology to facilitate online education. The foundation partnered with Worldwide Technology to purchase the devices, which included Alcatel 7 and 10-inch tablets. The tablets, which come with a memory card, thumb drive, tablet case, keyboard, as well as the SIM card slot to facilitate connectivity via data plan, will be handed over to the students, while the teachers will receive the laptops and accompanying accessories, such as a laptop bag, thumb drive, and wireless mouse. Group Chief Executive Officer of GK, Senator Don Webby, during his address at the virtual ceremony, said that Grace Kennedy has had a long passion for education and believes that education should be a right and not a privilege. GK has long recognized the importance of bridging the technological gap in Jamaica, and we made a commitment, even before the onset of COVID-19, to provide much-needed support to our schools through the donation of laptops and tablets, he said. According to Webby, the program started in January with the donation of 10 tablets to Majestic Gardens Infant School in Kingston, where it started its educational journey years ago. This donation represents the first of its kind, and we look forward to providing more support to online education in the coming months, he said. Webby noted that technology has made the challenges of the coronavirus COVID-19 manageable for many, as it has provided them with the ability to meet virtually and to stay in touch. However, he said that while learning and working from home has been a simple adjustment for some, for others, including many students, access to computers and other devices is having grave consequences. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.